It's time to sip that coffee, get your mind right, and vibe with the queen herself. We're dishing out hot topics, wellness tips of the day, and things that make you go, Let's get this palace party started.
All right. Welcome, everybody. Happy Friday to all of you. And thank you. Let me just say this. Thank you all for your patience. My dog had a seizure. So I was tending to him. And when you think about that, that is not a process that you can rush. So once I got him back alert, because the good thing about it is we have really good vets. So we have this stuff that we can inject through his nostril that will snap him out of it. But it took a little bit longer because I've never used it before. And even though he was snapped out of it, he couldn't walk. So I wasn't going to leave my baby. I'm not going to leave my baby like this. So, mama went to work fanning him, cooling him off. My other dogs, they were very alert. The other boy dogs checking on him. Hell, Benjamin was putting his body up against me. I'm like, you move. I know what to do. But I got him fanned, but he's very, very weak right now. And he is so strong. Boy, I tell you, his brain is so strong because even though he couldn't walk, he's still trying to. So finally, I had to just say, look, buddy, you're going to go in your crate. And I got him all padded up. He's in his crate. He kept trying to stand up and fall. So I'm just going to let him rest. Once I felt comfortable, I jumped on. So I just want to thank each and every one of you for your patience. But yeah, my little feller, he had a seizure. And I feel bad because typically I watch them while they're outside. So he must have had the seizure while they were outside playing. And I'm like, damn, when I opened up the door, I knew it because he was hunched down like a spider. Like, you know how a dog can go on its stomach? And then all four of his legs were spread out and he couldn't move. And I immediately yanked him up, came inside, got him in the air conditioner. And I'm like, damn, I think it's the dog food. And I'm not going to say the name of the dog food because I don't want to do that publicly. But I think it's the dog food because when I pulled him off of the dog food for a number of weeks, he was fine. He did not have any seizures. So like I told my husband, listen, for this one, I know it's hard, but that's your dog. That's your dog. So you're going to have to start cooking some chicken and sweet potatoes. He likes strawberries, blueberries. He likes broccoli. He going to get all that. He didn't overheat. He didn't overheat. He has, he's been having those seizures, Leo Queen. Thank you for asking. I do a good job of watching them because he is a Frenchie. But he was definitely, no. He has seizures, y'all. He has seizures. He had a seizure. I know for a fact. And we had to record the seizures, right? To take it to the first time he had a seizure, baby. I knew what was happening because my other boxer that passed away named Pearly started having seizures because she had a brain tumor. And thank goodness I was familiar with that. But I was familiar with how it looked in a big dog. I love big dogs. I like big, strong, mean dogs. So I normally don't have small dogs. So when he had it, I knew immediately he's having a seizure. It wasn't as intense as my female dog used to have. So let me tell you something. It was bad though, because I've never seen it in a little dog. His is where he got paralyzed. He becomes paralyzed and frozen. And I knew it was a seizure, but I wasn't sure. And the first time he had it, baby, when I tell you, I scooped that dog up so quick. I had on my pajamas, listen, a headscarf, no bra, house shoes. I didn't give a damn. I jumped in my car. I hightailed it to the vet, baby. I came in there looking like Kizzy from the hood. But as I was on my way en route, I was calling the vet. This was like a few months ago. I was like, I'm coming in. This is my dog. Gave her the name of the dogs because we got many. Which one is it? Told her which one. Baby, we don't play behind our dogs. Listen, bust through those doors. They were ready for me. I was like, I need everybody outside now. I am da-da-da-da-da. They took care of my baby. So the vet said the next time he has a seizure, it's going to be very uncomfortable. But it was a rollout. Yep, the one. They had that cart ready. Yep. They rushed him to the back. Now, let me tell you what his ass did when he got to the back. They said, he all right. He all right. This is the first. I said, what you mean he all right? Oh, he back there playing. I said, I know the hell he didn't after a $500 bill. Hold on. That's him in the background trying to get his breath. So then she told us, listen, the next time he has a seizure, I need you to record it. And I'm like, record it? So the next time he had one, I recorded it. That was tough, instead of intervening, standing there recording your dog. So I had to record it. And then we rushed him to the vet again. And she's like, yep, it's seizures. So they gave us the choice of, we can put him on meds now, but once they start the meds, he's going to have to be on meds for the rest of his life. Did y'all know that dogs and humans take the same medicine? I didn't know that. I learned that with my female boxer. So I didn't want him on seizure medicine yet for the rest of his life because Shacky is young. If y'all know my dog Shaq, he's a little boy. He's young. But anywho, he just had another one. And they gave us this stuff in the middle of a seizure where you can squirt it in the nose and it zaps them out of it. And guess what? That shit works. It's expensive, but it works. It's expensive, but it works. And with that being said, that's the reason I'm tardy. I thank you all for your patience. And that's why I love y'all. Now let's get into it, child. We finna tear it up with DDG and Halle Bailey. Halle Bailey. She sound like a Disney girl. Halle Bailey. Now let me ask y'all something. If you take a look at the thumbnail, and thank you, Twitter. Thank you, Twitter, for pulling up. And thank you for those of you that are tuned in here on YouTube and those of you that are tuned in on Twitch. I appreciate you. Is she the victim or is she the villain? Put it in the chat real quick. I want to see how many votes we get. Actually, I can do a live vote. Let me see if I can do it real quick. Is Halle Bailey, in your opinion, it don't matter, there's no right or wrong. Let me do a live poll so people can feel comfortable doing a poll as opposed to saying, well, I don't really want to say what I want to say because I don't want y'all coming after me. We're not going to come after you, but let me go ahead and do a real poll in real time. I am speaking to Halle Bailey. Hold on, give me 1 second. That's my little niece texting me. She wants to know, am I coming to her high school graduation? Yes, I'm coming. Victim or villain? Give me a second. We're going to do a live poll. Those work better. It's going to pop up in the live chat. Hold on. This is what we're doing. For those of you that are tuned in, we're about to do a live poll in real time. In your opinion, you don't give a damn what the courts say. When I say in your opinion, this is how you think, okay? There's no right or wrong. I'm going to just put victim. Hold on. Victim. Halle Bailey. That's her name. Halle Bailey. Let's do victim. Or, wait a minute. You're going to have to go back in villain. I hope I spelled villain right. Villain. A-I-N. All right. The poll is ready. The poll is up. I just want you to vote, and I'm going to let y'all vote for 5 minutes, and I'm going to give you the live results, okay? Is Halle Bailey, in your opinion, as it relates to her relationship with DDG, her character, her behind the scenes, is she a victim? I need you to use the poll, y'all. Use the poll because the numbers are gonna speak for itself. I think with the poll, you may have to click out of the live chat, or can y'all see it? Oh, so far we have over 100 votes. Y'all are fast. We have over 100 votes so fast. Right now we're at 92%. I'm not going to tell you which way it's swinging, one way or the other. We're going to let it run for 5 minutes. Daryl Long says, we don't need a poll. Haley was wrong, and I think she lying. Well, hold up. Now, hold on. Hold on now, Daryl. We ain't even got out the gate.
Happy Shut Your Ass Up Saturday. You already know the assignment. Pretty simple. Keep the petty on high heat. And if somebody starts talking that silly shit, it's shut your ass up. Petty-luya.
Oh, Daryl, I don't know who played that for you. Let me see who's back here administrating his live. They say, shut your ass up, Daryl. Trey Carter says, I feel like they both have toxic traits. The bored housewife said, wait a minute, because she knew who he was and played the game. Okay, hold on now. Hold on, the bored housewife. Bored in the house because you're in the house bored. Okay, the bored housewife. I must say, I agree with a portion of what you say. I'm going to say she knew who he was. She knew exactly who he was. Now, here's my thing. Played the game. What game? What game? I can't agree with that part. What game? I am Keisha says I have to stay out of the poll because I don't know these people personally, and I know both can be problematic towards each other. But you got to vote, Keisha. You got to pick a side. If you had to pick a side, go and get in the poll now. Don't do me like that, Keisha. Don't do me like that. He wants to argue. Daryl Long wants to argue. Now, the life and multifaceted. Don't do that. Daryl is not an abuser. Don't do that. You don't know Daryl. You got to be nice. I am Keisha says something about Haley gives bratty and only wants the baby. Listen, can you vote on it? Debbie says she's team Haley Bailey. She don't give a damn. All right, we're about to get into it. I'm going to read this court report, but before that, I want to read an article. Okay, I want to get into the nitty gritty of it all. Hold on. And Haley Bailey. Now I'm gonna say this. The reason why I'm covering this. Let me be honest. I'm gonna be honest. He said he will be more than happy to come up and explain. I'm going to drop the link for you. Okay? Give me 1 second. The reason why I'm covering this is, can I be honest? Or do y'all expect me to stay in the middle? Type it in the chat. Honest or middle? Where do you want me to stay today? I can go either way. If you're in Twitter, I want to know your thoughts. If you're on Twitch, type it in the chat. Do you want me to stay in the middle or do you want me to be honest? I can go either way. I got a lot of honest coming through, I got a lot of honest coming through. All right. They said, let Dr. Fit rap you. Latrice says, not Latrice. Yeah, Latrice. I forgot to put the toot in front of it. Toot Latrice says, thank you so much. At Dr. Fit Rap you for coming through and returning and hopefully staying. All right. Welcome, Dr. Fit. We appreciate you. And I'm going to have to check you out. What you rapping over there? You want me to be honest or y'all want me to stay in the middle? Okay. Everybody says be honest. Let's go. The reason why I'm covering this, I don't really care for DDG. I don't care for him. I don't like him. I don't like his problem-solving skills. And when I look at him as a father, he's a poor example to me as a father. So I wanted to cover this based on his behaviors on social media, okay? And him now being a father. You can't pour old wine into new wineskins. And what I'm saying is when you elevate to a different level in life, you got to stop the fuckboy shit and step up. You're a daddy now. Why you still behaving and acting the same as if you're the same streamer on Twitch? You got a fucking son that you pick up all the time. And here's the thing. For me, it's not so much that she didn't want you to have your son. I'm not going to say that lady wanted you to not have your son because you're not paying child support, to my knowledge, right? That she hasn't taken you to court to get you on that paper. It's what you do when you do have your son. And a lot of young niggas on Twitter are crashing out behind this. A lot of young niggas on Twitch. He has a very, very loyal fan base, Daryl Long. Very loyal fan base. The young niggas are real mad. The young niggas are coming out the trenches. Y'all think I'm lying? The young niggas are mad and they are falling for the okie doke. And ignorance is bliss to me. Y'all told me to keep it honest. I'm going to come to her in a minute, but I'm going to work my way up. Yeah, the young niggas, all they know, they baby daddies. He a baby daddy. All they hear is he couldn't see his son. That's a lie. He sees his son all the time. I think the point of contention is, what do you do when you are allowed to see your son? You see what I'm saying? Because now you're a father. You're more than, we get it. You're a streamer. That's how you make your money. But nigga, are you really finna have your son on stream all day long? When do you cut off the camera and spend some quality time undocumented? When do you ask the hoes to go home? so that you can hang out with your son. So it's not that I don't believe that she has a problem with you seeing your son. You just don't have a healthy balance of knowing what to put on display and what not to put on display. You make your son a part of your content.
Listen at me and listen at me clearly. If you don't want me coming for you, then just stop fucking coming for me, okay?
All right, and that's to all the young niggas that's tuned in that don't really understand rhetoric, logical reasoning. All you hear is she won't let him see his son, and so you are triggered because you had the same problem, and that's all you need to hear. And you niggas are ready to declare war with little to no information. Jasmine Irvin says the way he parades his son around on his stream bothers me. It comes off as exploitative, and not just him, even those family vlog channels. It's almost like a means to an end, right? It's like, we don't have to see everything. You've slung this baby in front of the camera for as long as we can know. And I'm not saying she doesn't, but her son is not equivalent to her paycheck. You get paid for having your son on Twitch, on stream. Is it wrong? No, it ain't wrong, because your fan base, and I'm going to tell you as a content creator, your fan base they do enjoy bits and pieces of your personal life. But nigga, you didn't have that little boy on there. You didn't have hoes in the room. Who does that as a father? Where do you draw the line? That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. The second reason I wanted to cover this because of his mama. She told me I hadn't been quiet long enough. Ma'am, where were you when he chipped her tooth? Ma'am, where were you as a mother? I done been quiet long enough. Enough is enough. Where were you when he had that baby on stream for hours at a time? Where were you? You was quiet then. Isn't the word train a child in the way he should go? How come you didn't step in and give him a little bit of motherly guidance and wisdom? Hey, son, this is good, but you know what? How come? Where were you when she came to your house screaming, bruises on her? You stayed quiet then, so we're going to need you to keep the same energy. And a lot of you mamas, you aid and abet these young niggas. You aid and abet these Pookies and these Ray Rays. You see what I'm saying? When they doing wrong, you don't say shit. But as soon as the girl says, I've had enough, I'ma say something. I'ma run to the courts. Oh, I've been quiet enough. Of course you've been quiet enough. Because your son is the one in the wrong. Your son is the one acting a damn fool on social media. Your son been talking the whole time. Of course you were quiet. It was really nothing to say. But when she started to fight back and push for a little bit more of structure, even though we're not together, right? Even though you're a baby mama and he a baby daddy, can we at least put the child on a reasonable schedule? Can we at least get a heads up when you want them? Can you just quit popping up every time just because you decide you don't want to stream today? You going to drive to my house and demand to see your son because you ain't got shit else to do. It ain't that you prioritize your son over shit else to do. You didn't have shit else to do, so you guess you'll go see your son. And because me as a mother was like, hold him up, swallow him up. Hold him up, swallow him up. Sit it down, Chester Brown. Not today. He's sick. Not only that, how come you didn't call me ahead of time? And nigga, I got shit planned. Okay? You don't get to do what you want to do because you want to do it. Children have routine. Children have schedules. And most women or most men that have primary custody of their children will tell you that. Bro, what you doing? You can't just snatch the baby. He's sick, bro. He's sick. You can't just come pick him up. He's sick. He's sick. The mama sick. The whole house sick. Oh, no, you can't just snatch him from this environment because you the daddy. And if you wanted that type of environment, young nigga, and I'm not mad at him, but I'm talking to him how the men should be talking to him. But if you wanted that type of environment, that's why it's important to establish a nuclear family by way of marriage so that you always have that's the only way to guarantee that a man has access to his children is you get married and you do things the right and the healthy way. The right and the healthy way. That goes back to Nuri Muhammad, when he's talking to Cam Newton, and he talks and he told Cam Newton, hey, 69% of Black households are headed by single mothers. And Cam comes in and tries to be slick and say, is that what they mean by toxic home? He goes, no, the toxicity of it all is the men that don't marry into these homes. So the woman has to cover down and become masculine, and then the men get to come and go as they please. He said, but if what you say is true, right? 69% of most Black homes are headed by Black women with no fathers in there. And one thing Black men are yelling, right, from the mountaintop, we outnumber y'all. We outnumber y'all. Y'all, y'all gonna have to step y'all game up. That's true. You do outnumber us. But Nuri Muhammad challenged Black men and say, if that is true, how come you men aren't getting together and fixing the crisis as it relates to these broken families? How come y'all not charging each other up? How come y'all not pulling each other coattails? We got all these men that want to be experts in womanhood and tell women how to live their lives accordingly. But when it's time to go toe to toe against each other, everybody's quiet. Everybody's quiet because ain't nobody really built like that. Ain't nobody really built like that. Niggas scared of each other. They don't want to say nothing. You get what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. See, men will be friends with deadbeats. Men will be friends openly, happily with deadbeats that don't see their kids. And me as a woman, I'm not. Let me find out you're abusing your child. You don't want to be. Most women are, the first thing a man say, they ain't got nothing to do with me. Why not? Birds of a feather flock together. You are judged by the company you keep. You can't say nothing to your homeboy, bro. When was the last time you saw your daughter? Bro, why you got your baby, bro, like that all over the internet? You know how many psychos out there? Men are attracted to little boys like they are little girls. Okay? That's all I'm saying. But you are a father now. You got to grow up, young nigga. And I don't mean that in a derogatory way, but that's what he's acting like. And the other reason why I wanted to come out here and talk about this is because his family, they're all over her social media. My brother didn't do this. He's not guilty. I'm not saying he is or he ain't. We're going to read the court paper. But here's the problem with the family. See, I understand the dynamics in particular families. The loudest in the room don't mean he's right. The loudest in the room don't mean he's what is it called, y'all? Innocent. Just because your mama, your brother, and your sister saying something don't mean you didn't do it. I will say this. I understand why they are talking. I know why they're coming out. I know, and I'm going to say it today. Y'all want me to be honest or you want me to stay in the middle? I know why your mama came out. I know why your sister came out. I know why your brother came out. Their livelihood is directly attached to your financial progress, your financial freedom, your financial wins on Twitch, your streaming. See, you the first one in that family that has quote unquote made it. And we think about what do you mean made it, Queen Sheba? He's a streamer. They've seen more money than they've ever seen in their lives. So they're going to protect the bag at all costs. He's the bag. They're going to protect the bag at all costs. Whereas you get a girl like Halle that comes from a family that's healthy, stardom, money is nothing. All of their kids are talented. But this is the first big breakout for DDG on his side of the family. So they are actually protecting the bag, not his reputation. You get what I'm saying? They're going to fight to the death because this is the most they've seen. Haley's parents are quiet. They don't have to defend her. Her reputation speaks for itself. She should have never been across the tracks. Let's talk about it. She should have never been across the tracks. I believe in dealing with people that you are equally yoked with. That means we somewhat on the same level and there's not too much of a gap between us, because the further the gap is, the more problems you have. I won't deny it. I'm a straight rider. You don't want to, you see what I'm saying? Gaps. Some of these, you'll get women. Well, what are y'all saying? Because some men will come in and say, well, most of us make way more than women. That's fine. Then date up. Cover up. Find you a woman and that's on your level. I guarantee you the dynamics of the relationship will be different, but you don't want what's on your level. Most of you want what you can conquer, and that's natural. Men love to hunt. I ain't mad about that. Haley had no business messing with the likes of a DDG, but Haley did it. Let's talk about her parents. I talked about his. See, some of you overcover your kids, you overprotect them, you over nurture them, and you shield them from everything in the world. And the first thing they do when they get a taste of freedom, they outside. She was outside. She was outside. And I believe she did that shit on purpose to mess with her family, to mess with her parents. And even when she was warned, she was all up in the video, all up in the black car, the Uber this and the Uber that. Y'all don't remember? Everybody was like, what is the little mermaid doing with the likes of a DDG? She didn't want to listen. So you got what you got. You grown. You walked yourself into that. Now you get it. Surprise, surprise. You get what I'm saying? Neither one of them had any business messing with each other. Period, point blank. You denied you was pregnant. You overly leaned in for him. So deal with it. You created that monster. Period, point blank. That's what I'm here for. So just because as a parent you raise your kids right, they go to school, all of them look good from the outside looking in, be careful how much protection you give them, because some of them will go rogue just to break free of your teaching, your training. See, who would have guessed that little sweet little Disney Haley Berry was having sex like that? Who would have guessed that? I'm not saying that she's not old enough to, but who would have guessed it? None of us. Who would have guessed she's just as sexually active as any old Instagram young girl out there? None of us. So I gotta work this thing on both sides. You get what I'm saying? None of us. Who would have guessed her sister is just as freaky, nasty? And I don't mean nasty, freaky, sexually liberated. I mean, running around with Burna Boy. The writing is on the wall. But she not coming up off that thing. Burna Boy is known to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 7, 8, 8, 7, 6. She don't care. These girls are intentionally disrupting every foundation that their parents have laid because they want a little bit of taste of what's out there. It's neither wrong or right, but I'm just telling parents, for those of you that have an overly heavy hand in your kid's life, both girls and boys, that's why they do the opposite. They were raised, they were bored. It was too structured. They couldn't do shit, couldn't go to the prom, couldn't do that in church all day, every day, sun up to sundown, just so that you can say, look at my kids. We looking. I'm looking. I'm just saying. Did I cover that fairly on both sides as it relates to the parents? And I do believe that DDG's mom is a bit jealous. Jealous of what? Wasn't she a single mom? I could be wrong. Because I don't never hear nothing about his daddy. Can anybody clarify for me? Was she not a single mom? Okay, Anitra says, hold on. Anitra says, listen, I don't blame Chloe because Burna Boy is mighty yummy. He is yummy, but you know what you do with a plate of yummy? You have it one time and you move on. Ask Cassie. You have it one time, then you move on. Otherwise, you're about to get tricked out of your spot. It's yummy now until it puts a bad taste in your mouth. You had that one time, you fly across the world, and that's what we're supposed to be doing. Hey, now if you're going to do this, because they're going to do what they want to do anyway, that ain't something you cling on to. Now, here's the problem with this. How y'all got to be talking to these girls. Now, here's the problem with it. Chloe, even though we're talking about Haley, you out there. Now everybody know you with him. Either you leave or you cleave. That ain't something that should have ever made a photo. Okay? You supposed to fly, have a good time, have a nice dinner, whatever you're going to do. And that was supposed to be a one and done. The problem is you're going to have to repeat the same cycle with the next man and the next man and the next man, because I don't think Burna Boy is looking for a wife right now. Eventually, your time is going to be up because he is burner boy. Burner boy for a reason. And you got to go back and do the same shit with the next nigga in the bedroom, orally, sexually, whatever you doing. And before you know it, you ran through in the industry. You see what I'm saying? It's okay for him to do it. But yours is digitally documented. So if you're going to do that, you need to realize that it comes with a price when everybody knows, because you Chloe Bailey. And now most men are going to look at you as something to do, something to knock off, something to hit. Oh, that's what's up. That's what type of time she on. Shit, it's all right. You take off your clothes every chance you get. So we already know what you advertising. A good moment, a good time. And that's cool at your age because you are a grown woman. But can you deal with the consequences of it? Not getting chose. These niggas not here for a long time. They here for a good time. And they got the money to make it feel good. You get what I'm saying? They got the money to make it feel good. So women are just as responsible for the choices they make as the boys are and as the men are. You see what I'm saying? Haley got what she wanted, DDG. Now, my question to you, did he not come from a single parent? Oh, he grew up with his father in the household? Watch this. Watch this. Is this a fact? So he grew up with the father in his household, but yet his mother's influence dominates his father's voice. If a father don't come out and take up for his son, that means his son is wrong. If he grew up with a father in a house, y'all listen to me. If he grew up with a father in a household and the daddy ain't saying shit about what's going on, he wrong as two left shoes. Ask a real father. Okay, hold on. Daryl said no. Daryl said he didn't. Watch this. Hold on. I got to find it. Okay, Toot said he grew up with a father. Daryl Long is saying, let me find it. He didn't grow up with his father. I was about to say, okay, he didn't. Okay, they're saying he didn't grow up. They say his parents had joint custody, but his dad was poor as fuck. His mom was the primary parent. Boom. Either way, whether he grew up with the dad, because initially y'all thought in the chat that he grew up with the daddy. Let's just say if he did, even though we know he didn't now. If he grew up with the daddy, his mother's influence still overwhelms and out magnifies his father's influence, right? Now we know he did not grow up with his daddy. He didn't grow up with his daddy. How is that important? I think the mama jealous. Why would she be jealous of Haley? Women can be jealous of things that you represent to their sons that they don't represent and don't like you. I think his mother is leaning in with that bitch. They think that thinks she too good. She thinks she too good. In all honesty, she know they were unequally yoked as a mother. She know. She knows she gonna get a little clout off of her son having a baby with a Disney star. She know what that comes with. That her sister, they're linked closely with Beyonce and Jay-Z and all of that. So that mother enjoys it on that aspect. But at the same time, she probably resents the fact that now Haley wants to hold her son accountable for alleged physical abuse, emotional abuse, and child endangerment. Now she mad because she jealous. Let me tell you boys that are tuned in. And I'm saying boys because I'm talking to the boys and not the men. The men know. The men will say, all right, mama, you doing too much. But let me tell you boys something. Sometimes your mothers are jealous of that girl in your life who very well could be an excellent fit for you. An excellent fit for you. If you out here fucking and sucking and your mama talking about everything she doing and your mama ain't tackling what you doing first, your mama a hater. Your mama a hater. If your mom is constantly attacking and you know that girl's a nice girl, your mama is jealous because your mama probably sees in that girl what she should have been, what she could have been, or what she lost in her teen years, or when she was a young girl, or she had too many kids, she didn't get to live her life. So all of a sudden her son finds this precious young. So mamas can be just as jealous, just as envious, because why? Why would a mama be jealous? It's not that the mama necessarily wants the son. Mama wants to make sure that the son heart, most mamas that are toxic, wants to make sure that the heart of the son remains with her if she's a broken, unhealed, toxic ass mama. That's all I'm going to say. Listen.
Ever diagnosed with any type of like mental illness or any type of diagnosis, any type of learning disability, anything like that?
I have a crazy problem.
Now, here's the problem in our community. Mamas are off limits, right, wrong, or indifferent. Mamas are so off limits that mama get the fuck up your entire childhood and you grow up with problems that you can't even talk about because it's mama's fault. You can't even say nothing. You can't even address it because it's deemed disrespectful. DDG mom dropped the ball with him in a lot of areas as it relates to respect, conflict resolution, communication skills, and also how to deal with his anger, establishing strategic and coping skills when he gets mad. Nigga, you don't get to put your hands on nobody. Mamas, y'all should be, listen, you the first female influence on these boys. You love them, but then you also need to train them in the way they go. The first time that little young nigga picks up a toy and pushes it in a wall, you need to be right in his face. When he's little, we don't throw shit in this house. Pick it up. Da-da-da-da-da. Bloop, bloop, bloop. And when he's done, then you love him. That's a good job. I like how you did that. Don't do that again. Do you understand? I mean, it needs to be love, but it needs to be correction. He needs his first correction, his first loss should come from his mama. Niggas be out here crashing out online because this is their first time taking an L. They've never lost before because mama put them in this fake ass matrix where they won all the time. A false sense of reality. And the first time they lose, the first time they're not chosen, the first time they're not picked, or somebody said, I think I want to try something else, they crash the fuck out. And that's what we're seeing. They have no coping skills. They can't articulate how they feel. They use their hands or their penis. Can I go a little bit more? And that's what you see. He don't give a fuck about her. Let's be honest. He don't give a fuck about her. He probably thought she should be lucky. I'm doing you a favor. Your eyes are far apart. People make fun of you online. You should be lucky that a nigga like me chose you. It just so happened you got pregnant. He don't give a fuck about her. That ain't what this is about. This is about control. He underestimated her. He thought this little average ass looking girl was going to cry him a river when he decided he was done with her or when he decided he wanted to cheat on her. But he didn't know that the differentiation between your household and her household, her parents poured into her. They made sure that when all was not well, and they gave her the tools and the skills to be able to operate outside the home. And although she slipped up and started dating you, the foundation is still there. They trained her with the tools, the discipline, the coping skills, the emotional intelligence. So when, you know what? A nigga like you can't break her confidence because her daddy instilled it in her. Her mama loved her. She was led in the right direction. And even though she got off track for a little bit, she still have the foundational skills to recognize that she's enough. That's all I'm saying. So he couldn't hurt her feelings. He don't want her. It's about control. It's about control, dominance. Because technically, a nigga like me got all kind of broads chasing me. You see him on my stream. You was average at least. And I think she's a beautiful girl, but in a realm of thoughts and thought land, she is not. She's a basic model when it comes to ass and tits. Can we talk? When it comes, y'all see what be on his streamer. Y'all see how the niggas make fun of him for having, because they deem her ugly, right? These ain't the ones that the young niggas want. Ah, man, you can't talk about me. Look at your baby mama, my nigga. Da-da-da-da-da. That's what it is. So he thought that this girl, like the thoughts, the ones that are deemed beautiful, see, they crash out, them girls. Because you know what they're chasing? The money, the bag. But see, this girl has her own money, her own bag. You mean to tell me, Queen Sheba, I can prepare my kids to make their own shit? Baby, let me tell you something. Money will give you a level of confidence that nothing else can, especially when you earn it. And I'm not talking about the money what you beg for or somebody else give. I'm talking about when you teach your kids how to earn money, it can be as simple as a freaking lemonade stand. They're going to keep bothering you when they're little. Mama, Daddy, can we do another lemonade stand? Oh, I have an idea. Why don't I put some gummy bears in here? Start pouring that shit into kids when they little. And teaching them that they can make their own money. Ain't nobody gonna be able to mess with them kids and their self-esteem because now they know how to create. They're innovative, they're creative. This is the biggest thing that ever happened to this boy and his family, him streaming. It don't take a lot of wherewithal and wits and intellect and discipline to sit in front of a fucking computer screen, eat, smoke weed, and bring hoes on camera. Anybody can do that. But that is deemed success in his family. I ain't hating. I'm just keeping it real. But it takes a lot of discipline to remember lines, to isolate yourself for hours and days and weeks at a time to remember and recite your lines for Little Mermaid, to go into character, to have to sing, to go into vocal classes, disciplined. That's all I'm saying. Hold on, Queen Sheba. You getting on our nerves. We said be honest, but damn, you being too honest. I'm just saying. Listen, he's going to continue to crash out like this. How old is he? 27? 27, almost 30. 27, almost 30. Come on, y'all. This is how he handles his problems when he becomes frustrated. And then wait a minute. Let me go a little bit deeper. And you got health problems where your damn leg was caved in like a damn marshmallow. When you put your finger in it, sir, you got bigger fish to fry. As opposed to getting your ass in a good medical facility, you online, taunting your baby mama because she wants to go to work. Imagine that. Y'all, I am done. You taunting your child's mother because she wants to go to work and take her son with her.
I will pray for you, but if you get on my nerve, I will cuss you smooth out. My mouth ain't under control yet. And I can throw these hands. And let me tell you something. If I get my hands on you, I promise you, you're going to know you've been in a fight. But I'm trying not to go there because I'm in transition.
And she tried not to go there. And then she went there and she got her hands on you. And now, my nigga, you know you in a fight because she put them court papers on your ass. You can do this and you can do that. And let me say this. Victim or villain? Let's look at the live poll results. We have over 400. Oh, shoot. Y'all, we got, oh, Lord, hold on, y'all. Damn, we got 500. Ooh, hold on. We're almost at 600 votes. We have 536 votes. 90% of you have, oh, wait a minute. 90% of you have deemed Haley Bailey as a victim. 10% of you see her as the villain. I just wanted to share that in real time. 90% says she is a victim. 10% said, nah, I'm not buying it. She's a villain. There's no right or wrong because I did ask you your personal opinion. Can we continue on? Can we really get into the thick of it? Now, here's the thing. I ain't mad at her. Because what you're not going to do is start putting your damn hands on me and chipping my damn tooth. Now, I know everybody on social media telling me, I don't believe it. She lying. Who in the hell chipped her tooth? What woman do you know going to slam her own head into a steering wheel just to chip her damn teeth? Do you not realize the amount of pain? She is a Disney star. Why would she want to start messing up her own appearance? How does that even make any sense? There's digital documentation of her bruises. So you're saying to me she took herself by the head, slammed her head into the steering wheel, chipped her own damn tooth, grabbed herself, somehow managed to grab herself from behind her back and squeeze both of her arms so tight that she bruised herself. Okay. And then so good at it that she ran to the courthouse and tricked them and told them he did it. Y'all really don't think this man put his hands on her? I agree. Precious James said, hold on. They are both villains. It's high time we women see red flags for what it is. I have to agree. But as it relates to the abuse, do you feel that this man put his hands on her or he did? Yes or no? That's your honest opinion. Ain't no right or wrong. I am Keisha says, I believe they had a fight. Good girls slap guys. Not saying he didn't hurt her. She said she was in the back seat trying to strap her baby in. And he kept saying, bitch, get the fuck up out my car. Excuse my language, but I like to give y'all the entire context so you can understand the tension that was going through that car. He's rushing her. He don't even give up. He wouldn't even care about the baby, y'all. Listen. Let me ask you something for the men. Let me run it down to you again. I want you to follow me very carefully. According to the reports, she was strapping the baby in so that he could have time with the baby. She was strapping the baby in, not him. That tells me, nigga, do you know how to strap your baby in? That's the first thing. Most guys, okay, how many men know how to strap their babies in the car? Oh, none of them. You see everybody quiet. Twitter, Twitch, how many of you that are baby daddies, husbands, know how to strap your babies in? Oh, everybody real quiet. That's what I thought. Okay.
Oh my God.
I'm just saying, I gave everybody an opportunity to speak. Not a one today. Now, I'm not talking about the replay game. I'm not talking about, I asked y'all one question. How many of you know how to strap these babies in? Okay. So not only did he come pick up the baby, she had to strap the baby in. Where am I getting with this conflict resolution? Not all baby mamas and baby daddies, ex-husbands and ex-wives like each other. If you don't want somebody in your presence, and if they move you to the point you can't stand their asses where you got to be like, bitch, get out of my car. What would be the first thing that a reasonable person would learn how to do? If you really don't want me in your car, the next time I come or the next time you will learn how to strap them in. That's called being proactive. That's called, I really don't like you. So much so, as a man, that I sat down on YouTube, I watched a 3-minute video, and I know how to strap my baby in. You don't need to come to my car. I got it. But obviously, you didn't have it. Obviously, you didn't have it. So she had to strap the baby in. He don't like her. So much so, he wasn't concerned if the baby was strapped in properly. He wanted her out the car. Now, that's not a crime. Let me be fair. That's not a crime for people to say, hurry up, get on up out of here. Damn. Right? But he put a little stank on it. He said, bitch, get the fuck up out my car. She was still trying to get the baby in. They started tussling. Somebody said, how did she end up in the front seat? They started tussling. So that tells me most mothers, now moms, let me see if y'all are smart. Where is the proper place in the back seat to put the baby that's in a car seat? Where's the proper place? Let me see. I know this. Where is the proper place to place the child's seat? Not position, but the proper place in the back seat. Let me see. Be very specific. Whoever's specific, I'm going to write it out. Thank you, Kia. Behind the driver's seat. No, not the passenger, Latoya. It's the driver. You always put the baby behind the driver's seat. Does anybody know why? I'll tell you in just a second. No, not in the middle, Alf. No, ma'am. The safest place to place a baby is behind the driver's seat. So why is this important? Because this tells you how she got to the front seat. More than likely, as she was smart girl, right? Behind the driver's seat. More than likely, she was strapping the baby behind the driver's seat with the door open. He may have been standing behind her, or he may have been seated in the front. At some point, it took too long for him. They ended up in the front. I can see that what probably happened is he got out the car, probably pushed past her or try to figure out what the hell is happening. They begin to tussle. As they begin to tussle, somehow they ended up in the front. That's now you understand how easy it is to go from the back to the front if the door is open, if she's properly positioning the baby behind his seat. The reason why, no, not behind. You never put the baby behind the passenger seat, Ace. Let me tell you why. Not the passenger, y'all. You never put the baby behind the passenger seat. Always behind the driver. Here's why. Just God forbid you get into a car accident. The driver's natural instinct, period, almost 99% in a crash. The driver's natural instinct is to protect themselves and swerve the car to the passenger side. That's the driver's natural, I'm talking about natural instinct is to save themselves. So if the baby is positioned behind the driver, the baby has more probability of surviving because the driver is going to automatically shield themselves away from impact and collision. Do y'all understand now? That's why you put the baby behind the driver. Some of you think it's because it's the passenger, but it's not, because you want to be able to see the baby. I'd rather have the baby alive and well than me driving and just so I want to see it. If you want to see the baby, unfortunately, you're going to have to pull over. Yeah, they were tussling with the baby in the car. Yep. But that's why you always put the baby behind the driver. And I saw a lot of y'all said the middle. Don't ever do the middle. That's actually the middle is where the baby is more likely to be ejected from the car because there's no barrier to protect the baby from the windshield in the middle. Don't ever put the baby in the middle, behind the driver. Okay. Santa says, as a mother of 3 sons, I've raised them to keep their hands to themselves, period, unless they are being attacked physically by someone else and defend yourself. That's right. That's right. You're right. You're welcome, Kaya, the diva. She says, but I just want to give y'all a little bit of that. Yep. You can I think you can put the baby backwards. I think so. I just told you one up. Now, what the side the baby go on got to do with Haley and DDG? I just told you. Y'all don't listen. Come on. Catch up. One up. I told you because everybody was asking, because in the police report, it says that they started tussling and they ended up in the front seat. Most people feel like she was lying because they said if you was in the back seat strapping the baby in, how did y'all end up in the front? And I had to walk them through it. I said, because she probably understands as a mother, smart girl, that you strap the baby in behind the driver. She probably had the door open. She was taking too long for him. He was frustrated. He was saying, bitch, get up out my car. She said they started tussling. He started pulling on her, right? So that's how they ended up in the front. That's it. That's all. Damn. Y'all making me work too damn hard on Friday. We supposed to be getting ready for happy hour. One up. You gonna owe me a drink. Damn. Hold on. All right, let's get into it. We're about to bring up the police report and everything. All right. Give me 1 second. Here we go. I'm gonna have to take this down. All right. So Haley Berry, y'all, just to give you a little bit of background. Y'all are familiar with her and DDG. They had their baby in 2023. The baby's name is Halo, and they started, hold on. The baby's only 2 years old, very young baby. So recently, Haley Bailey got a lot of social media backlash from the DDG fans. He got a lot of fans. They don't like her. These young niggas do not like her. And so she went to the courts, made a police report, and she requested sole legal custody and physical custody of her son, Halo. And she's alleging that he has been abusive in front of their son, and she's asking the courts to restrict where DDG is allowed to take Halo. And they split last year, okay? They had the baby, then they broke up. So anywho, according to the court documents, and they were obtained by people, the Little Mermaid star is requesting legal custody, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Now, DDG's real name is Daryl Dwayne Granberry. He's 27 years old. She's asking that DDG, she's saying she's saying that she wants him to be supervised. When he has that baby, she wants supervised visits with a professional company, y'all, not even his family members or her. She wants a professional company once a week for 6 hours while Halo is in Los Angeles. Damn. Now, let me ask the men, once a week, 6 hours, is that enough time for you to spend with your child? Is that fair? To the men, I want to give the men a chance to get up in here in this fight. Is that fair, guys? You feel like, oh, that's all I need with my son and my daughter. Shit, let her have it. Let her cook. She's saying 6 hours, once a week, Los Angeles. The men quiet. They don't even want to get in on this. All right, let me continue. Additionally, Bailey is asking the court to prevent DDG from taking their son outside of the county of Los Angeles. Damn. Okay. She has also requested an order to prevent child abduction, saying that DDG has a history of abusing her, taking away or hiding Halo from her, threatening to take away or hide Halo from her, and not cooperating with her in parenting. Wow. Now let's hold on now. Hold on now. Y'all ready for me to open up the lines, or let me get through this real? Let me get through this. Now, here's why she can do that. And men, listen, I got to be fair. You can do the same thing. Listen to me very carefully. I'm going to put everybody up on game. Everybody. Unless there is a custody order in place. Listen. Don't argue with me. Just listen. Unless there is a custody order in place by the court, men, you have just as much right to those kids as she does. You could take that baby for the summer and never come back. She can take that baby for the summer and never come back. It's not kidnapping. The only way it would be considered kidnapping is if there's an established child custody child custody agreement. Here's why listen. The reason why she's asking for a child abduction request is so that on his day, legally on his day, he don't have to bring him back. Did y'all not know that? I don't give a damn. He don't have to bring him back. So and it's not really child abduction, but her lawyer has done a really good job of using the right words, okay? He has just as much right. Men, you have just as much right to these children as the women do if there is not a child custody order in play and if you don't pay child support. So what does that mean? Well, she told me to bring him back. You don't have to. Thank you, Stacy. Stacy said that is true. Well, she's saying I can only keep him for the weekend. Have you gone to court? No. Is there a child custody order in place? No. So you mean to tell me I can keep my son a whole week? Yep. And she can call the police? Yep. Can the police take him? Nope. That's all I'm saying. But King Cash Games, King said, hold on, what King said? King said if he laid his hands on her, especially around their child, his temper can't be trusted. That's true now. I'm going to have to ride with King. We're going to get into that. But I just want the fellas to realize you're not helpless. There are a lot of women that will play you in the system, that will use the system because they're mad that you don't want to be with them. And y'all know they do it. And there's a lot of women in here that egg your daughters on to do it. Well, fuck him. Since he slept with well, he don't let him see that baby. Since he want to, no, let's not do that. So I just want to make sure the men know they have just as much rights to their children as the girl. And guess what? If she wants to make it right, she would have to take you to court. She'll have to take you to court. Now, just remember, when you take that baby back, she can do the same. So that's why she's asking for a request to prevent child abduction, saying that DDG has a history of abusing her. And she's saying off camera, which y'all don't know about DDG, he has hidden my son from me. He has not answered the phone, but technically, Haley, he can do that because he is the child's father. So if you only allowed him to see the child, I think he was just so unorganized and impromptu But if you really only let him see the boy once a week, I can see him saying, no, I'm going to take more time. I can see him saying, I'm not going to answer the phone today. Is it healthy? No, it's not healthy. That's why you pick your partner like you pick your fruit very carefully. Okay. Bailey asked that a judge order DDG not to move with Halo without her written permission and turn in or not apply for passports or other important documents for Halo. Now, here's the thing. You know why she's asking for this? Because he has just as much right to the child as she does. I don't know if he hit Halo. I don't know if he didn't answer the phone. I'm just reading to you in the documents what she's claiming. So in order for her to prevent, he could have did the same thing now. See, that's what we're talking about. Using your head and not the one in your pants. She's using her head to fight him because he could request the same thing of her. But laziness, when you lazy and when you got to stream all day and when you don't have that good work ethic behind you, surprise, surprise, she caught you slipping. That's all. She's saying if he does travel with Halo with her permission, she is asking the judge to order that DDG provide his travel schedule, copies of round-trip airline tickets, addresses, and phone numbers where they can be reached, and an open airline ticket for her if Halo is not returned. Damn, she got a good attorney. The actress specified several examples where she has asked DDG to set a visitation schedule with her for Halo and shared that one particular interactions came to head, y'all, in January. She's saying that this year in January, that when DDG came to get Halo, she asked him to talk about a schedule and he became visibly upset. A lack of discipline. We talked about that. A lack of discipline. As she walked with him outside and buckled Halo into his car seat, Bailey alleges that DDG was cursing at her and getting more and more upset. She said, I had left. Oh, I had to read it. She said, I had left my front door open and was not even fully dressed as I was not even wearing shoes. She said, Daryl kept repeating, get out of my car, bitch. I told y'all. Now watch this. Hold on, Queen Sheba. You know what Daryl could have said as she followed him outside? I got it. I know how to buckle my son in. And asked her, go ahead, go on back in the house. But since your lazy ass don't know how to do anything but Twitch and tweet and stream all day, y'all, that could have been nipped in the bud if he takes proactive steps to establish independence outside of her. I got it. Nah, I don't need your help, little mama, because I know how you work. You're going to say, I put my hands on you. Oh, no, ma'am, I got this. You see what I'm saying? But because he don't know how to do it, she's been doing it. So she had to come out, leave her door open, had on her pajamas. And as she's buckling in the baby, in front of the baby, he told me, get out of my car, bitch. She said Halo was crying. You know why babies cry? They can pick up on energies between y'all. I repeatedly pleaded with him to stop calling me a bitch. That means in that moment, Haley, you was arguing back and forth with him. Y'all were escalating. And I got to be fair. If he was calling you a bitch, I'm not saying it's right. And you were just quiet and say, you know what? Because I love my baby, I ain't going to say shit. I'm going to buckle the baby in and I'm going to curse his motherfucking ass out as soon as I get in that house. I'm going to call that. You didn't do that. You started saying probably what you not going to do is call me a motherfucking bitch out here in front of my baby. I'm just saying I got to be fair because she says she can pop off too. Right? What you not going to, he told me, get out of my car. And they going back and forth. So the baby probably started what? Crying. Does that make more sense? But ain't nobody going to put that in a court document about what they did. I think at that point, they were verbally engaging with each other. Now let's continue. That's just my thoughts. She said Halo was crying. I repeatedly pleaded with him. Now, you know you was arguing, girl, but okay. She said, I felt very nervous that he was taking Halo with him and was very agitated. That's normal. I did not feel safe leaving a baby with him in his state. I also wanted to know when he would bring Halo back. He would not tell me. I'm pausing for a long time because I hope y'all are picking up what I'm putting down. Technically, he has just as much right. He didn't have to tell you. If he's in an agitated state, Haley, let's accept a little bit of responsibility, and he's calling you bitch and get the fuck up out my car. Why are you trying to hold a reasonable conversation with him if he's in an agitated state? At that point, you know what you do? You de-escalate. You don't say shit. You put the baby in. Hopefully, by the time he gets 2 or 3 miles down the road, now this grown woman, right? No, it's not kidnapping. Not let me pay attention to what I'm saying. Hopefully, about 30, 40 minutes, he cools down. You let a day or two go by and you text him. All right, hey, I'm mapping out. Don't even talk about the fight. I know he shouldn't be cursing her. I said that, Shirley. I said that. But we talking about the child. We're talking about both of them failed the child in the moment. It's on both of them. They going back and forth. If you know he's agitated, is it her responsibility to take care of DDG? No, it's not. But what I'm talking about is everybody say they concerned for the child. Somebody got to be the fucking parent in the situation. That's all I'm saying. So you de-escalate. You say less. Obviously, according to your court document, he's not in a good state of mind. All right, say less. Say less. I ain't going to even try to hold this conversation right now. I'm going to let him go. His ass will cool off. He'll cool off. And then I'm going to hit him up later. She said he would not tell her when he was bringing the baby back. The argument continued. Haley, let's take responsibility. Our argument cannot continue unless two people are verbally going at each other. The argument continued and got physical as the two were wrestling and tussling. That means he was trying to pull her ass away from that car. And that's how they got to the front. That's all. She probably was. I'm not blaming her. I'm just giving y'all a visual. Everybody keeps saying, how did it escalate? How did they get to the front seat and he hit her head and chipped her tooth? He was probably very irritated, wanted her to hurry up. She's telling him, stop calling me bitch. They continue to argue in front of the child. The child is crying. She's saying, when you bringing my kid back? He's saying whatever he's saying. And then it got physical. She said, at one point, Daryl was pulling my hair. He then slammed my face on the steering wheel, causing my tooth to get chipped. Bailey alleges, I then stopped fighting back as I was in a lot of pain. Oh, they was fist fighting out there then. Listen, I then stopped fighting back they was throwing hands as I was in a lot of pain. I wanted to get out of the car with Halo, but was now stuck. DDG ended up driving to his house with Bailey in the car since she wouldn't leave Halo alone. Okay, it seemed like at some point, Haley refused to get out of the car, either before or after they got into a fist fight. I don't know. So it seems like she refused to get out of the car. And her reason to the court is, I didn't want to leave my baby alone with his father. Once they got there, the star claims that she told his family what happened and begged them to set a schedule, but they told her just to leave Halo and go. So it sounds like, can I be honest? Now I gotta be honest now. Can I be honest for a quick second? I gotta be honest. And y'all may not like where I'm going with this. I ain't taking no sides. I just gotta look at this. Thank you. Y'all are saying yes. All right. When she said DDG ended up driving to his house, paint a visual. Imagine you're watching like me. DDG ended up driving to his house with Bailey in the car since she wouldn't leave Halo alone. Once they got there, the star claims that she told his family what happened and begged them to set a schedule, but they told her, just leave. Leave Halo here. Just go. Bailey, what does that mean? What do you see happening in that moment? Thank you, Indigo Girl. She says only a mature mind can make such a decision. Haley isn't there yet, but after this experience, she'll get there. What probably happened, I'm going to tell you, neither one of them, in my opinion, have the proper skills to know how to de-escalate. Surely, I do think they enable him But in that moment, they were trying to separate them. We got to give a little bit of credit where credit is due. They kept saying, leave, leave. You know why you want people to leave when they've already got into a fist fight? So it doesn't happen again. So it doesn't happen again. God's child says, why is the family so opposed to a schedule? Is that the right time to talk about a schedule? When niggas are throwing hands? When they've just had a fist fight? Come on, y'all. I need y'all to think. I need y'all to think. If your child was in this situation, grown ass kids, we ain't talking about no schedule. If you just chip somebody's tooth, baby, your tooth is chipped. You got bruises all over your body. I'm trying to what? Separate y'all. Separate. They were both wrong, but see, somebody has to be the adult. And even though his family is enabling him in most cases, in that moment, they did the right thing. They attempted to de-escalate. Y'all, when there's domestic violence, if you are smart, you better separate them. Somebody got to go because that shit can escalate so quick in a fit of passion that anybody can be unalived. Not only is it good to separate them, just in case the police is called, let me tell you why you want to separate them. Don't get too proud. This is my house. I ain't going nowhere. This is my baby. I ain't going nowhere. Once the police show up, somebody going to jail if both of them are still there. Somebody going to jail when it comes to DV, domestic calls, domestic abuse. So his family, they street smart enough to know, come on, Haley, just go. Should there be a schedule? Hell yeah. But now is not the time. If hands were just thrown. If y'all just threw hands, baby, now it's not the time, baby. Y'all got to separate them quick because once the police come, somebody going to jail or both of y'all going to jail. All right, let's continue. Bailey details several other alleged examples of abuse, ending her statement by saying that she's done everything possible to avoid going to court. I'm going to give her the benefit of the doubt. I think she tried. Based on his social media antics, what are your thoughts? Do you feel like she put up with that crap long enough? She said, I realize that there is no placating Daryl. I cannot allow this abuse any longer. I cannot keep living like this. She says, I never know when he is going to demand our son to be in his mother's care and whether I will be subjected to his threats and abuse. So it sounds like not only does DDG want his son when he wants him, but when he's done, he throws his son off on his mama. Bailey also requested a temporary restraining order against DDG and was granted one by the court, y'all, 3 days ago. On Tuesday, May 13th, he is required, listen to this, he is required to remain over 100 yards away from Bailey and Halo. Ooh, and Halo at all times, including at Halo's school and Bailey's vehicle. Damn. Now, for those of you, I'm going to paint a picture. I love giving visuals. 100 yards is a football field. So if I'm at one side of the goalpost, don't you bring your ass down here to the other side to where I'm at. You stay down at that goalpost. I'm going to stay down at this goalpost. That's how far away the judge has declared that he must remain a safe distance between not only Halo, that's his child, but the mother of his child, including her vehicles. Representatives for Bailey and DDG did not immediately respond to people's requests for comment. Bailey and DDG began their relationship in 2022 and ultimately split in 2024. Why is that important? I'm a very technical person. Y'all, a woman is pregnant for 9 months, right? 9 months. So there's probably, they split after she had the baby. They barely had a year together before the baby. I'm just saying, the baby was a great majority of the relationship. Child, they was rocky from the get-go. I was going to read all them other court papers, but I'm going to save it for part 2. What I would like to do is open up the lines for those of you who have been waiting to come up and give your opinion. Daryl Long, I know you say she's a liar and she lied and she is the villain and not the victim. Daryl Long, and anybody else, come on up. Now, here's how we're going to do it. Twitch, Twitter, YouTube. Y'all, you got 30 seconds. I can't let you go longer than 30 seconds because I know this is a hot topic. It's Friday. And some of y'all got something to say. You get 30 seconds uninterrupted. Once your 30 seconds are up, I am going to play the white man. Wait a minute. For those that are new here, you be like, what you mean you going to play a white man? I'm going to play the white man. If you go over your time today and you cooking in the middle of you talking, this white man pop up, your time is up. Welcome, Simone Wealthy. What are your thoughts today? You have the floor.
Hi, good afternoon, Queen. He's dangerous. I looked over some of those the parts of the police report, and from that incident, it was captured on her Ring camera. She didn't have any shoes. He lives an hour away, so it got escalated. They were, quote unquote, fighting. So during that hour-long ride, nothing came to calm him down, but he kept driving until he got to his house, knowing what he had did to her. So I think once she got there, she was probably, in pain, irate because of his irritation of trying to avoid a child's schedule. So I think he's been trying to avoid that because that would make him put some sort of responsibility on her, on him. This situation, I like how she handled it. And I know I can't get everything out I want to say in 30 seconds, but bottom line, I love how she handled this, but I do think he is dangerous because she's been basically documenting a lot of things. So I'll just leave it there. But she has
All
every
right.
right to keep do this because he comes with a whole bunch of baggage, a lot of things, and that's it.
All right. Well, thank you, Simone Wealthy. We appreciate y'all. That's Simone Wealthy. Simone said he's dangerous. And Simone said, please think about this, y'all. Her door was still open when he picked up the baby, when they got into the physical altercation, when he cracked her tooth, her door was still open. She still had on her pajamas. Now that she's in the car, he never stopped. He never
No
took her back
phone.
home. He drove an entire hour. She said that's a demonstration of a dangerous mind. That's all. Am I right? Did I quote that right?
Yeah, she had no phone. She couldn't even call the highway patrol or anything to get him to pull over. I mean, that incident, that's a big thing on top of everything else that's happened from the
I got
beginning of this year. So that's that, and just the whole thing of how when he
no,
does
I got
have
you. Hold
these.
on, Simone. You got to come back
Okay,
now. Hold on. I got to go.
okay.
Because they tell my white man, white man. I don't want to do you like that. Hold on. Let me hang out, Simone. Your girl next door. Welcome. You got the floor. Your girl next door. Mic check, mic check. 1, 2, 3. Your girl next door in 5, 4. And that sometimes, y'all, when you come up, your mic may not work. Just drop down. I'll save a place for you. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All things Helen G. Welcome. What are your thoughts on today's conversation?
Hey, ladies, and to the panel, everybody that's here in your show. Thank you again for allowing me the opportunity to speak. First of all, not gonna act like this guy has not been showing who he is from day one on the internet. So his actions speak louder than words. He's shown who he was. It's the same. He acts the same way. There's a Diddy in him. There's that's shown on screen that we are all seeing, and also Kanye. So they show who they are, and we're kind of act. Everybody's like, "Oh, no, he wouldn't do it." No, because he's showing who he is. That's number one. Number two, it's the level of maturity that the way she handled this is what I love. He's immature, and of course, you can see her maturity is so much better. Everyone who is on this man's side is okay with his shenanigans because they're benefiting from it. And that's all I have to say.
All right. Thank you. All things Helen G. I have to agree with you. Listen, I think his family's benefiting from him financially, and that really does put a family in a very, very sensitive situation with a young boy. And this is his first time winning. Maybe the mom and the family cannot be too verbal, or you lose access to the funding. Let's go. Your girl next door. What are your thoughts?
Hey, Queen, can you hear me now?
Oh, yeah, you sound great.
Okay. Hey, everybody. Basically, from my stance, I'm a single mother, so technically looking at it, I'm not calling neither victim or villain. I'm saying that the child is the victim, and to me, they're both immature. I'm not saying Haley was not mature in how she's handling this. Yet behind closed doors, we are not seeing how they are acting. You know how she's acting towards him. I feel she, in a sense, maybe gatekeeping the baby. What That's possibly why DDG is acting out, and he's not acting in the most mature way either. So the victim in this is the baby.
All right. Oh, this is all good stuff. Hang out for me, Nick. Give me 1 second. Well, you know what? Okay, let me get through my next two callers. Aunt Debbie, welcome. Aunt Debbie, welcome. You have the floor. What are your thoughts?
Hi, how you doing? I'm Team Haley. I'm glad she went to the courts. That was the smartest thing to do. Get a paper trail because the life you save may be your own. And I'm speaking from experience. The paper trail will help her.
Ooh,
Spot on, Aunt Debbie.
I have some thoughts on that. Watch this, y'all. Watch this. I'm gonna have to ride with you on that, Aunt Debbie. Especially in WKRA, you're up next. Thank you for waiting patiently. And in light of the most recent events, as we talk about the Cassie of it all, some people believe once that testimony, y'all, this is so. I just got a ping on something with Cassie, and the more and more we're finding out in real time, people are like, "Whoa, she was not a victim." Right? Whoa, because she should have left. She should have did this. She should have did that. I'm gonna have to ride with you. I think the best thing that Haley could have done, if this has been a repeated offense over and over again, is to go to the courts and ask for some type of intervention. Otherwise, a big question mark. I'm gonna have to ride with you. Yep. WKRA, you have the floor. Welcome to the palace. What are your thoughts?
Thank you, Queen Chat. What's up? I hope everyone's having a blessed day. I love the point you just made about her going to the courts because a lot of times people wait too late, i.e., like you just said with Diddy. Or we can go further back than that. What just happened with, the whole Love and Marriage Huntsville thing with Mel and Martell. When that was playing out, a lot of people said they wish Mel would have went to the court sooner. A lot of people wait and then it's too late. And sometimes you don't even end up getting on the right end of the stick when you wait too late. And one more point I wanted to make, the victim or villain, the question of the whole topic today. I feel like Haley is the victim in this situation. I don't feel like throughout the situation she was perfect. Like she didn't handle everything correctly, but we're speaking about it in past tense and looking at it from everything that's already happened. In those moments, these are very high stress, emotional moments. We're speaking with logic because we get to look at it. We're not experiencing these things. So in the situation, I feel like she was the victim. I don't feel like she handled everything perfectly though, because none of us are perfect. And with DDG, like I pray for that brother. He's a young black male making some money. Like you never want to see a black man lose like that. Shannon Sharp, Diddy, Jay-Z, I don't care who it is. Your family members, your brothers, your cousins, you never want to see a black man lose. But pride and ego, from what I see in the world for a black male, is like detrimental.
I got you.
And
excellent point. I don't want to play that white man on you. Hang out for me. I may come back to you.
All right.
Okay. Hang out. Sam, you're up. Sam, we got Hershey 85. Hey, somebody just dropped down, and I think your name is Never Say Less or Say Less. Your device did not connect to the live, so I couldn't bring you up. So if you want to come back up, I'll hold a spot for you. The person that dropped down, your device never connected. Sam, you got the floor. You got 30 seconds. What you got, Sam?
All right. So when I think of Halle and Chloe, they were homeschooled. And I feel like they went from this very sheltered environment to like stardom. And then they had all of this type of like freedom. And then they had restrictions. And then they were, taken on with Beyonce, who's really secretive and all this other stuff. So when I look at girls that are like that, when they end up getting with guys, sometimes it's like their first love and they don't want to hear anything from anybody. So the situation is definitely unfortunate, but seeing that this is probably her first of everything when it comes to the opposite sex, I am honestly not surprised. It's unfortunate that it was like a low down, dirty, whatever, or immature, whatever you want to call DDG. But like considering that they were both so sheltered, I'm not surprised that, because Chloe was with Burna Boy, and it was just like they're much more naive than the girls who were in other situations, like were able to experience more life. Okay, sorry, that's it. I'm sorry.
No, you good. Excellent point. Thank you, Sam, for coming up. Not only did she use Halle as an example, she gave you Chloe. Hershey 85, you got 30, baby. You got the floor. I'm not gonna say nothing.
Hey y'all. I just really feel like he's a can I cuss a little bit?
Yes.
I just think he a bitch ass nigga. Anybody that can put his hands on their baby's mother while the child is in there, I don't care. I didn't think my child would remember what happened between me and her father when she was sitting right there, and she was like round Halo's age. So anybody that feels like that was okay, I don't agree. I don't agree, and I think he needs some help. If you want to be around his child, he need to get some therapy first, and that's it.
Oh, excellent point. I like how she ended. He needs to get some help. Thank you, Hershey. Sharon, I'm coming to you. You're up next. What you got?
Yes, I feel that she's a victim. I don't feel like a man should ever have to put his hands on a woman, and especially right in front of the baby too. I mean that shows his level of immaturity, entitlement to her and to the baby. Get some help, young man. His mother should not be protecting him. Get him some help. Get him to therapy real quick, in a hurry. Run.
Oh, okay. That's excellent. I like how Sharon reinforced that a mother can use her power and her influence. If you see your offspring going in the wrong direction, say something. You don't have to come out publicly. Talk to him, pull him aside, take him to dinner. You can do it in the most beautiful ways. Get him in a good therapist office. I think I'm going with Just Shanae. You got up next. I'm gonna be quiet. What are your thoughts?
I actually was in the same situation like Haley, except I ain't never been abused, but I had two kids by pretty much a deadbeat. Came from the same type of family she did. You don't know. Honestly, I never thought men didn't take care of their kids. Oh, I soon found out they do not. So fast forward, my son planned for his son at 20 years old. He's 28. He's still in his son's life. But the first conversation that I had with my son was, remember what happened to you. Make sure you don't repeat the same pattern. Let's break this cycle. And as a mother, I don't get in their affairs. Luckily they don't have many issues, but I always make sure my son looks at his baby's mother as more than just a baby mother. She gave you something nobody else can give you. So she needs to be honored in some kind of way. And of course, she's never going to always be right. They're always going to, they're going to see difference, but you got to make sure you keep your hands to yourself. Even if she puts hands on you, walk away. And then you just also have to make sure that you treat her right. Parents, sometimes a lot of women don't teach their male child the right things. And that's all I'm going to say about that. I don't want to go over 30 seconds.
Okay, Just Shanae, thank you for coming up. We appreciate you today, Queen.
All right. Have a good day.
You too, and happy Friday. Black women are in the building. Lisa, you're up next. Black women in the building. What you got?
Hey, Queen. Hey, everybody. I'm driving, so can you hear me?
Yes, you got the floor, baby.
Okay, I'm going to make this quick. Halle, I'm Team Halle, and I'm Team Halle because she did everything right. People always say, go to the police. Don't bring it to the internet. Go to the police. And that's exactly what she did. This man been tormenting her and sending his goofies after her every time he comes online. He knew what was coming down the pipeline. He knew. And I'm tired of us as women saying, oh, she should have known. That is a 20-year-old girl. She just made 25. DDG was her first everything. Her first. She was a virgin and everything. So let's give her some grace. And he's not a good man, and she is the victim. You know why? Because he's that same MFer that broke into her home, went upstairs, took pictures of her house, and was worrying about who she was with. And they not even together. That's all I got to say.
Woo! She came in hot, but she laid out the facts. And thank you so much for reiterating. Hey, this is also some additional things that y'all need to consider. That's Black women are in the building. Thank you, Queen. Happy Friday. And we hope you have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. We got our last caller coming in. Lisa S., you have the floor. Welcome to the palace.
Hey guys. Okay, I want to apologize to Daryl Long. Sorry, I saw your super chat when you said this was triggering. However, Halle Bailey is definitely a victim. He used his influence and weaponized it against her. He would send that audience to her every single time she had something major going on. He did it during the Met Gala. Did you see him doing AI, using her voice and saying, I don't like how you disrespected me. I'm taking my fucking son. Give me my son. He's been doing it right in front of us. She finally just said, I can't let him interfere with my livelihood, so I'm going to go and take it to court. That's just the bottom line. And he knew about it. That's why he didn't say it on Aiden Ross's Twitch live also. When he said, remember what we talked about? He couldn't mention her because he had already got those papers while he tried to come on the internet and act confused about it then. That's all.
Excellent points. Excellent points. And speaking of Aiden Ross, let me go ahead and play the clip for everybody. But before I do,
Yeah.
I got to get these super chats. I got to get into these super chats because they've been waiting patiently. We're going to cover this super chats, and I'm going to play this. I'm going to play the clip real quick of where he pretends. I don't know if it is or not. I'm going to just say I went in a room. He pretends not to know that he has these charges or these claims that are being made against him. Give me 1 second, honey, because it's Friday and I see that money comes to me.
Flowing effortlessly. Money comes to me, comes to me. Money comes to me, flowing effortlessly. Money comes to me. Money.
Yes, money comes to me, flowing effortlessly by way of who? Mile High Diva coming through, y'all, with a 5-piece and a pepper. On Friday, she said he's destiny swapping. Woo! Damn, girl, that's deep. He's destiny swapping. He wants access to the red carpet, but hates her, manipulating her with Halo. Be careful who you reproduce with, ladies. Jealousy. For those of you that don't know what destiny swapping is, you better look it up because some of you can have some people in your life that's destiny swapping with you. Google it. Kia M coming through on a Friday, y'all, with a 10-piece and a pepper. She says, Queen, the mom and them speaking because they nervous. He done fumbled the bag. He'd been toxic. He was toxic with Kennedy, who still has him blocked. Ruby Rose, who spoke about his abuse. And now Haley. Baby. Let me tell y'all something. One thing we talk about here, for those of you that are tuned in, when somebody do something to you, I don't give a damn if you're a man or a woman. Listen to me. When somebody do something to you, it's probably not the first time they've done it, okay? Special Bird coming through with a 2-piece and a pepper says, yes, you are covering it fairly on both sides. Thank you. I appreciate that. Hell, Special Bird came back with a 10-piece and a pepper and said, and thank you for having this conversation in such an honest manner. And yes, Haley is learning the lesson the hard way. She chose it. She picked her poison. She sure did. Daryl Long, remember for 2 months. Love, peace, don't hate me. Nah, Daryl, you know I'm going to give you a hard time. Oh, look at Daryl Long. Hold on. He in his bag today, y'all. Hold on. Daryl Long is in his bag. Give me 1 second. I got to play it. Come on, Daryl.
You better get to the bed. Don't let them hoes stop your bed. You got a problem. Yes, no, I'ma make you money.
Get to the bag. We We appreciate it. Dear along with a 50 piece. Queen Sheba going to happy hour today. He said, I said at the beginning, this is triggering for me, but I love Queen in the Palace. Daryl, they was on your ass. Kia M came back to talk her shit with a 10 piece and a pepper. She says the family dynamic is toxic. The brother is literally doing the same online antics online with his baby mama. The mama is given a more reserved Mama D. She play nice with the baby mamas and doesn't correct the sons. Ooh, Kia M came back with another 10 piece. She said, it is rumored that Haley's father was physically abusive to her mother. So we could also be seeing what also happens to children that witness abuse. They don't stand for it. I know I am that child, but kind of listen. And I'm, you know what? And peace and blessings to you, Kia. Kind of, she did stand for it until she couldn't take it anymore. Because I do have the court transcript where she said that's not the first time. But we are proud of her for coming forward, right? Y'all, we're proud of her. Miss B, this is not a super chat, but I wanted to say this. She said, I got a chipped tooth because my brother hit me in my mouth and head as a little girl. So I believe her. It's possible a man can do this to you. Thank you for sharing, Queen. Thank you. Thank you. Kia M came back, y'all, with another 10 piece and a pepper. She says, another tip for you men. Know the laws in your state. They are in California. They are unwed. California law recognizes the mother as the sole and physical legal custodian of the child. Under California law, till DDG goes to court, he has no rights. Damn. Oh, Lord Jesus. Only meat, one kind coming through with a 5 piece and a pepper. Listen, with a honey butter biscuit on the side. She says once his ex Ruby Rose also accused him of abuse and posted pictures of her bruises. It's also alleged that his brother was abusive to his child's mother. So let me ask you something, men. Not you, but your homeboys. When men grow up beating women, is it because they saw their moms get beat? That's for the men. From what you know from your homeboys. Kia M came back with a 10 piece and a pepper. She says, how about we stop trying to share the blame by saying Haley probably did or doing something. Let's just stick to the facts and who has been consistently crashing out in the public. He has, and only him. I'm gonna ride with that. I like to go by behavior. I believe that. I agree with you. Kia M came back. Damn. Kia is the official sponsor of the Palace today. Kia came back with a 5 piece and she said, next time you ask how these monsters are created, I just asked that. Think about the excuses we make for them and the passes we give them when they are the DDGs of the world. Damn. Peggy Brown had to get in on this one with a 5 piece and a pepper. She says, oh shit. Peggy says, as a trained boxer, his hands, he a trained boxer? His hands are weapons. Oh, that's how he chipped her tooth then there you have it, y'all. There you have it. King Cash Games. Thank you, King, for the 10 piece and a pepper. King said, don't leave me out, tag me in. And he came in. He said, here's legal facts. Judges do not hand out orders like the one issue with veritable. Am I saying that right? Veritable proof. The judge watched a video of aggressive behavior, saw photos, etc. More. Can't dispute proof. Period. So for those of you, it don't matter what you think. The judge saw videos, okay? That was just a setup for the layup when I said, what do you think? It's not about what we think. It's not about what produces outrage. It's about what you can prove. And what she did is she went to the court and she proved that she was being abused. And that's what King Cash is saying, period, point blank. Let's go back. And I want to wrap up. I'm going to show y'all the video. Do y'all want to see the video? Or should we just go ahead and end the live panel?
Show the video. Show the video.
Okay. All right. Give me 1 second. We're going to show the video. They say show the video. I'm only going to show the one. I got plenty of videos, but I'm only going to show one because I got to get back to Puffy. Y'all, they just released something. Y'all want me to tell you what Cassie just testified?
What?
Y'all, this is crazy. Y'all ready to hear it?
Yeah.
I need some hype.
Say it.
Okay, thank you. I'm about to listen. Okay, here, y'all. Cassie just testified, admitted on the stand that her now husband, Alex Fine, once FaceTimed her while she was having sex with Diddy.
Oh,
Had him on FaceTime. Y'all, this is starting to look real bad for Cassie.
well,
Lord have mercy. I gotta go. I gotta go cover this Diddy trial. Let me go ahead and listen. This is bad. And look, Dawn and Aubrey still have not taken the stand yet, to my knowledge. Y'all, this is crazy.
But I still think he saved her too. I mean, that as astonishing as that is, I'm not surprised. I think he did save her life too. Although that's that's very deep, that situation. But I think he saved her.
Yeah.
But I want to say something about DDG's mama and that situation. It ain't gonna take 30 seconds. She should not have to hold back on chastising him about the truth of how he's handling, his behaviors with Halle, just because he funds her lifestyle. She should be able to take care of herself. And that's where we get into the whole coddling and other bad behaviors with mothers and some of their sons. She should not have to depend on her son. It's nice to have that if they're doing nice things for you, but she should not be having to rely on him and keeping her mouth shut and coming out here with these fake ass shock emojis and stuff on her platform. I just had to say that.
Okay. Well, she did. She made that choice as a mother. You know what I mean?
Oh no, I know, but I'm just saying that's wrong of her. That just shows probably why he's acting the way he's acting.
Okay, I'm gonna play. Thank you, Simone. Let me go ahead and play it. Dang, I got so much on them. I'm trying to figure out which one. Lord have mercy. Let me get to it real quick with DDG online. I know I have it. Oh, here. That's his friend. Okay, here. I got it. Here we go. And then I'm gonna play. Hold on. I can't find the overlay. There we go. All right, here we go, everybody. Let me know. Oh, that's the court documents. Let me take that down. Let me share my screen. What did I do? I just did something wacky. Oh man, I got rid of my court documents. That's all right. Here we go. Let me know when you can see my screen. Somebody on the panel, and then I'll go ahead and click the video. So this is called DDG learns a judge granted Halle Bailey a restraining order against him while on stream with Aiden Ross. Y'all ready? Now my panel is supposed to be telling me they can see the screen, but I ain't heard nothing because I'm on a different.
Yeah, I can see it.
Okay. Okay. All right. Here we go. Now these are the bruises, y'all. Can y'all see the bruises? She shows this is bruises on her arms from the altercation. And this is the chipped tooth. You see that's a big chunk. Y'all see it?
He need his ass kicked. Look at that.
Hold on. That was pretty bad. Here we go.
Should I get a stylist? Why are they saying GGTMZ? Let's see. Why are they saying GGTMZ? All right, I'm looking at her story now. Oh. Don't even.
That can't even be real.
Fuck all that.
But that can't even be real. That's the thing.
But don't even. But you remember we talked about last night? All that. Let me say something. It's not.
No, I'm saying, but I don't know where that even came from.
Yo, stop these fake allegations. This is a father. This is a real person. It's a good human being.
But I don't.
But hey, bro.
So in that moment, I wanted to slap the shit out of him because you stay out of black people's business. But let me continue. Why would you even let him speak to her like that? Let me stop.
We on stream, bro.
Come on, like I gotta be.
Just don't do it, bro. Come here. Fuck that. That's my real friend. We're not gonna do no false in the stream. He's a great. I feel like.
All right, that's them pretending. Now let me go to his brother. Where his mama at? Hold on. Let me play it.
Disgusting piece of
Here he is.
Crazy, bro. D has always held his tongue the whole time. Bro, they've been through so much
his
shit,
friend.
bro.
I'm sorry, his friend.
Real shit. Real shit.
Lies.
Nigga. Diddy used to tell me, nigga, she used to smack the shit out of him on the bed. He chilling. She smacking the shit out of him.
Lies.
Real shit. Bow. You sitting on in his bed. Bow. Like, real shit. That's what I'm saying, bro. Real shit. Like, I'm saying, bro. Like, I'm just saying, bro. Like, he not gonna talk or whatever the fuck he wanna say. Whatever, bro. He can say whatever he want, or you're not gonna say. But I'm not gonna let people think that my dog is some fucking abuser or some shit, bro. Hell nah. Hell nah. I'm not gonna let no people think my dog an abuser or some shit, bro. Nigga is not no fucking abuser. This nigga do not be putting his hands on women or trying to do that type of shit, bro. Bro. Never. Crazy, bro. D is. People say, and I seen some people say, "Oh, they me not speaking on it, whatever," because it's true. Man, that shit not fucking true, bro. If that's why is she coming out right now with all this shit? If that shit in January, why she ain't do all that shit in January? Why you gotta wait 6 months? 6 months and all this other shit. Like, why are you taking that route? You can't prove that this nigga a bad father. You can't prove this nigga a bad father. You can't do that route, or you can't prove that he's not trying to co-parent or doing anything. So you gotta pull this card.
Boy, you don't even make no damn sense. It's not about his fatherhood. It's about the physical abuse and the taunting and the cyberbullying and the online harassment. You want your son to be safe with his mother. You want these women to be in the right state of mind when they have these kids. Shut up. Be quiet. And let me see if I can, that's her, the bruises, that's the tooth. That's a big chunk of the tooth. And then they also have these text messages that I have, but I don't feel like reading them. I want to find the mama, but it looks like I'm not going to be able to find the mama today. I have just so much right here. What are your final thoughts on Debbie?
I feel that he has done this before. It's just coming out. His mama, like you said, breadwinner. So they gonna take his side in this matter. That's what families do. But I'm glad she did what she had to. She went to the courts. So I'm proud of her. Like I said, the life you saved.
Your audio breaking up on Debbie. Your audio went out. We'll come back. Simone, what are your final thoughts? We're going to come back to you on Debbie. Your audio quit.
I think she's doing the right thing. I like how she handled this. She got all of her evidence. She built her quote unquote case so that she was able to submit everything to the judge and get granted custody for now, or full custody, and the restraining order. She has to protect her child. That's the bottom line. He's very reckless. I think this hopefully will shut him up from being able to speak on her. He's still going to have his friends, and that's another thing, that is an issue of them coming out, but she can't do anything about them. But I'm glad that she made this move, and I hope she continues to stay strong, because she got a lot on her hands dealing with this fool.
Excellent points. Excellent points. And Debbie, let's do a mic check before we end. I want to make sure we get you in here.
I'm here.
Okay, there you go.
hear
You want
me?
to start all over because your audio cut off. What are your final thoughts as this topic? Halle Bailey, DDG, the accusations of abuse from that she's claiming he abused her, and she has physical evidence, y'all, to support her claims: a chipped tooth, bruises all over her body, ring camera documentation. The judge saw it. Okay, this isn't hearsay. This is what you can prove. And not only that, let me make sure I include this piece. Take Halle Bailey out of the equation. For those of you that are tuned in, do you believe the other women? Do you believe Ruby Rose? Do you believe the other girl? Or is everybody lying? And Debbie, final thoughts.
I believe all the women. I believe this is in him. His friends are the same way. If you see on their lives how they treat the women, these men have no regard for them. They don't care about women. He tormented her. She got tired. She did what she had to do. She's protecting her and her child. She went to the court. She showed them the evidence. And that judge did what he had to do. I don't feel sorry for him. He does need to get help. He got all that money, they say, take it and get you some help and help yourself so you can be a better person for your child. I'm Team Haley on this. I wouldn't want him around my child in that state of mind either. Take some of that money and buy you some help.
Thank you, Aunt Debbie. Thank you for your final thoughts. She's saying she's Team Haley, and not only that, get some damn help. Y'all, there's multiple, and somebody said in the chat, "Where's the proof?" The proof is on the Ring camera. The proof is in the photos. Like, go, it's public. It's public. What is it called, y'all? Public knowledge. You can pull it up. Go down a rabbit hole. So that's what the judge went by, the Ring camera, and also him. There's photos, y'all. There's text messages, long text messages between them. This bro, he went in her house while she wasn't there and took a picture of her bed. Listen, I don't play them kind of games.
And Queen, note that when those incidents happened, those are when two of those incidents when he went on live to say he just wants to see his son. He was trying to lie about that situation. It tracks.
No, he broke in her house. He broke in her house while she wasn't home. Y'all, that's scary. And took a photo of her bed, not her living room, not her bathroom, not her kitchen, of her bed. Basically, like, see? Now, let me tell y'all something. It's entertainment for us, for those of us that are tuned in, whether you a man, woman, but when it comes to you and yours, and if your daughter or your niece came and said, "Oh my God, mama, daddy, uncle, brother, cousin, this man was in my house while I was at work," that ain't no laughing matter. So I just really hope they're able to get it right. I don't know what his state of mind is. I hope right now he does not have access to his son. And he's not going to have access to his son until June. He goes to court in June, right?
I believe so.
Yeah.
Yep. So,
and I didn't know he was a boxer.
I hope he utilizes this time to calm down as opposed to getting around a bunch of, let me tell you something. You better watch who you with. As it relates to the men you hang with or the women you hang with, are they amping you up to fall, or are they trying to calm you down to preserve your legacy, your success, your job, so you don't lose nothing? You can tell a lot by who you with, by what they trying to amp you up to do. That's it. That's all. With that being said, I want to thank my panelists for coming up. Thank you to the audience for pulling up today. Thank you, everybody, for the super chats. Ladies, thank you so much. I appreciate y'all. And then I'm going to drop y'all down, and then I'm going to wrap up with my super chats. All right, y'all. We're going to finish up with the super chats real quick. Here we go.
All right, Palace. The Super Chat Squad is in the building. We appreciate you, baby. The Super Chats are fire. Get in your bag. That's a lot of money.
Yes. Thank you again, everybody, for getting in your bag today. Y'all came through hot and heavy on this topic. Listen, I didn't know that y'all was so into DDG and Halle Bailey. Okay. Prince of Peace coming through with a 5-piece and a pepper says, Team Haley. She went to courts instead of the internet. Listen, that'll do it. That'll do it right there. I can appreciate it. Grown woman shit. Black women are in the building coming through with a 5-piece and a pepper says, breaking in her home, arguing with an AI video of her, rallying up his troop, his troop of goofies to go at her. Not really the good dad. He is the villain. Whew. Moonchild 712. Thank you, Moonchild, for the 5-piece and the pepper. She says, Black men will protect the fuck out of each other, won't they? Listen, she said it. I didn't. Lola Dane. She said she filed a police. Okay, I'm going to come back to you, Lola. Oh, you know what? I'm going to stay right here. I'm going to come on, Lola. Come to the front. Now, Lola is saying, but she filed a police report after the incident in January. So she's just now coming with it. She came when she's ready. I'm okay with that. February, March, April, May. A little bit over 90 days. I'm okay with that. She probably was going to let it ride and hope that, you know what, this was serious enough. You chipped my tooth. This was probably one of the biggest fights we've had. She probably thought he was going to chill, and he didn't. So she said, you know what? You're still bothering me. I don't know, Lola. That's what I'm saying. You're still harassing me. This is not de-escalated. You and the goofies. You sending your goofies after me. You know what? All right. I'm going to put that white man on you. I'm going to put that white man on you. Because you're going to learn today. And that's what it is. And it sounds like that's what happened. Kia M, thank you. Thank you, Kia. Kia came back with a 5-piece and a pepper. And Kia says, great live. Women, y'all be safe out there. Oh, wait, child. I'm going to be tied up, y'all. I'm going to be into this Diddy case. I'm going to hit y'all with part 2 of that Cam Newton interview. And I'm going to break it down with him and the Honorable Nuri Muhammad. That was a hit. Y'all like that. We're going to pull up with that on Sunday. We're going to do Cam Newton. What else did I say? We're going to stay on Diddy. I'm actually going to head to New York and try to cover the trial. Okay. I had to get my ducks lined up. So I'm going to do that and see if I can get up in there. And if anybody has any information on how I can get in there or get a pass as a blogger, send me the information. Don't direct me to nobody because I ain't going to nobody asking them for nothing. I don't like doing that. I need to get it how they get it. But if you can give me a head start as far as a link where to start, thank you. I appreciate it. Send it to me. I'm going to try to get up in there and cover it because by the time I get there to New York, they should be entering into the crimes, the racketeering, and also who else was involved. And Diddy leaked a tape today. Y'all, sending a threat to Wiz Khalifa, Usher, Chris Brown, French Montana, and A$AP Rocky. I just dropped it. Okay? So by the time I get to New York, we should be in the good part of the trial with the criminal aspects of it. Hell, if I can even get there by that time. And they're saying Diddy's sex slave is vindicated by Cassie's testimony. He was telling the truth. Look, they just dropped it. The man that said he was their sex slave, Cassie just vindicated him. Not only that, y'all, okay, I ain't gonna even tell you no more. I'll see y'all later. We got a lot of work to do. Stay plugged in here. And that's it. That's all. Happy weekend. And I'm also dropping tomorrow. Pull up at 11:35 a.m. I'm going to do a detailed segment from a psychological perspective of why I believe Diddy not only did not love Cassie, but he hated her. I'm going to break it down. All right. That's it. That's all. Goodbye, everybody. We'll be back.